Hello everybody, this is Andy, and welcome to episode 24 of Multiblock Madness? Honestly, I have no idea. I'm trying to get 2 of these videos recorded before I go on vacation. I'm not actually going on vacation, my girlfriend's just coming, but I didn't feel like typing that out in the thing, just for like anyone to see, even people who don't actually watch my videos, so yeah, that's what's actually going on. Anyways, I made this teleporter. There's also one on the moon, so I can just say, hey, go to moon, and I go to moon. And then I immediately start dying because I'm not wearing my my important spacesuit that I made last time. So, why don't we do a little bit of enchanting? Oh, wow, I'm just very nauseated. I'm just going to go ahead and toss this spacesuit in there, and we're going to make one of these enchanters. I need to craft up a couple of pieces of dark steel, and then we can order basically, not order, but like make any enchantment that we want. And we're gonna make this glitch armor some just god tier armor because we're in the late game now. Might as well have some crazy armor to go along with it. So I need to make booking quills for the enchanter, and I'm just flying around and I'm seeing so many of these beetles from Mystical Lib. They're the things that drop the scrab, I think. Let's actually just go ahead and check. Yeah, the carapace that I needed in Divine Journey 2, that I just couldn't find for like 20 to 30 minutes, and there's just a million of them here. But I suppose that's just kind of the way it is. Okay, I'm gonna kill a bunch more chickens, and then I will make some nice books. Okay, so I want 4 of the Unbreaking 3 enchantments, and I don't really have to worry about levels. I have effectively infinite levels by the use of this stuff, the matter. And just eating, yeah, one of those gets me back up to 37. And then I'm gonna need 4 Protection 4 books, which are actually very, very expensive. It's 64 Darksteel ingots per, and I am actually going to need to get even more matter in between, back up to 68, and give me my last one. And then I just need to make 4 airtight steels. This is the recipe right here, so I need that. Ooh, I need to make more advanced circuits, but we can make the first one. Am I missing something here? It is liquid oxygen. I think I put oxygen in here. Do I need to like transpose it or something? Ugh. Yep, I needed to supercool it. So the supercooler that I made long ago from Nuclear Craft or whatever is finally coming in handy. So I put 2 buckets into there, and this thing started running, and it took the inputs. Okay, perfect. And I think these 12 books will do me. 1, 2. Oh, well. Bye-bye, Anvil. It actually put it on there, right? Yes, it did. And here we go. This is effectively God armor. We put it on. We basically can't take damage. As you can see, we have a little oxygen bar down there. We just have oxygen now, I think. Or wait, maybe we do actually have to put oxygen inside of it. We do actually have to put oxygen inside of it, but that's okay. I think it holds like quite a large chunk of oxygen. Assuming by the fact that they're that emptied it, probably a large chunk of oxygen. Also, might I add, I did go up onto the moon with some thermite torches, which are the advanced rocketry torches, I believe. These ones stay lit on the moon, and I did gather a couple of iridium veins. So now I have 64, I have like 3 and some change stacks of iridium now, and we can do with this as we please. And actually, right now, we could get started on the Ultimate Ingot chapter, which I don't think is actually going to take us all that long. Like, 1 good dedicated episode should get us through most of this stuff, or like, maybe 2 good dedicated episodes should get us through most of this stuff, and then we can begin crafting creative items. But I want to spend most of today working on power generation. Since we have some iridium now, I think we might as well go ahead and begin working on the Mekanism whatever like thing that makes a ton of energy. new machine getting placed down in the... Well, this is embarrassing. That is incorrect. We need to place some of this stuff down here. I'm making the implosion compressor. The way you make this multi-block is a 3x3 single like first layer, then 8 around the outside like that, and then 9 more like that. I think you have to use advanced machine casing for this multi-block, but I can make it anyways, so it wasn't that big of a deal, and it looks... no. That has not formed. So it has a preview. It's supposed to be hollow, right? What's wrong about this? Apparently this one has to be specifically the reinforced machine casing. Not an issue, I can quite literally just order it as well. So I just need to hook this thing up to the ME system and we can figure out how we want to do this for the implosion compressing, because we need to make these iridium alloy plates, which are made from iridium alloy ingots, which are made like this, which is really not that bad. Okay, so as of now, I've put in all of the recipes for and am able to craft, I believe, most things for the reactor, like the Mekanism reactor. I just don't have quite enough materials to craft the 75 of these that I need. I need to get some more iridium, platinum, and osmium. Luckily, those 3 guys spawn in the same veins. And then I need to go figure out my coal issue, because I have not that much coal and a big coal problem. So welcome back. It's been probably about a day my time, 2 seconds your time, and I have created this reactor frame right here. It's quite simple. I have some leftover materials, which I'm actually very upset about because these things are so expensive, dude. The coal was honestly the biggest issue because I had to go mining so much for it. Wait, oh, there's a data model for it, isn't there? I spent like 2 hours mining. Anyways, what I'm doing is I'm setting up these lasers so we can send them into these laser tractor beams, which get sent into the laser amplifier, which we can basically choose when we want to fire. And these things will break blocks, and they're being charged because they're in my inventory. So if I place them down and don't like face them into the tractor beam immediately, they start breaking the reactor actually. Oh. Wait. Ow. I think I'm doing this wrong. It should not be shooting out that way. So here is my laser setup. It might not be the most efficient, but it is mine and I love it. So just a quick little note for anyone else who is doing this for the first time as well. Your laser amplifier in the front that you have needs to be set to a high redstone signal. Then you can just shove a lever on there. I'm using so much power from my system right now trying to charge this thing that I literally don't have an ME system at the moment, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, I need to put a lever and pound it into this thing when I want to actually activate this guy. It's going to be an issue that I don't have an ME system because I need to build infrastructure. Actually, maybe I'll just let this sit for a little while, and I'll come back in a couple hours, maybe play a different pack and just let the world run, and then we should be able to set up our infrastructure and get that thing going soon. Okay, it's the next morning, and this is charged to 800 million RF, which is just about the maximum we would ever need to start the reactor. And I realized the issue with our ME system, it wasn't a complete lack of power, it was just like straight up one of the lasers from over there destroyed an energy conduit right here, and I just had to replace it because I got rid of these energy cables right here and it didn't turn back on. So obviously there was some other issue. So now that we have all of that, we need to begin producing the fuel. And the way that we're going to do that is with a thermal evaporation, or 2 thermal evaporation towers to make lithium, and then 2 solar neutron. Activate that into tritium. I've got a bunch of these because I believe it's 1, it only works during the day, and 2, we can use a lot of tritium if we want to in this reactor. The other method, or the other thing, is we need to pump a ton of heavy water and make a bunch of deuterium, but we'll do that next. Alright, what did I record last? I have no idea. But I have these 2 thermal evaporation towers. We have this going very, very quickly. Over 100 millibuckets per tick. We're getting 10 millibuckets per tick here. I believe these solar neutron activators are keeping up, and we're backlogging a bunch of tritium. So what we actually should do is I should make a huge tank, probably one of these ultimate tanks, and then I don't know why I have one of those just in my system, but hey, I'll take it. And then we'll have a huge buffer for when night comes around, because night will, you know, exist and stuff. And then I just pump all of the tritium into here. We need to pump at at least half, I believe, at least half of the injection rate in our reactor in here. So if we see fuel, whatever we put this injection rate, we need at least half of that, because the fuel is made half tritium, half deuterium. So I think that is maybe the harder part, but definitely not the slightly more annoying part, because now I need to set up a ton of these pumps from Mekanism to pump heavy water. Don't mind me just placing down a ton of these pumps. There we go. All connected up, pumping heavy water very slowly. We need to make that a lot faster, so I'm going to fully energy or speed upgrade these guys, and then I will fully energy upgrade these guys, because these upgrades have gotten very, very cheap at this point. And there we go. Those are all the pumps hooked up to an electrolytic separator, making it deuterium as well as oxygen. Let me make sure I'm just dumping excess of the oxygen, because we don't need that source of oxygen. It's coming all the way over here. We have an ugly energy cable right there, because why not? And then, whoopsies. And then it's getting shoved into this ultimate gas tank over here as well. And then we are just putting them into here. So you want to basically inject them directly in the reactor. They will turn into DT fuel, but if you inject DT fuel itself, it all gets burned up immediately for some reason. So we have to pump the tritium and deuterium in separately, and they will be mixed in the reactor by editing this injection rate. Okay, I've just acquired like 4 animals into my room, so hopefully they will be quiet for just a moment, and we can finish setting up this reactor. So, basically, upon my understanding, can I get this back to normal, please? That'd be great, thank you. Upon my understanding, we need to make these holorams. Holorams? I don't know anything about nuclear engineering. Oh, CAD's coming onto my lap, hopefully not onto the keyboard. We need to fill this up, we need to place it into this reactor here, and it will get consumed upon bursting energy into it. Oh, it's going onto the keyboard. So yeah, upon bursting energy into here, this will get consumed and the reactor will begin. It's filled with a DT fuel, because I believe like it's just like jump starting the reaction or something like that. So we need to put a little bit of DT fuel, just 10 like millibuckets or whatever, and then it will, you know, get used up right at the beginning, and then we pump the deuterium and tritium in separately to do that whole thing. So I need to let this backlog, and then we can play around with our reactor, make sure nothing's going to explode, even though I don't think this one can explode. So yeah, okay. So you're producing at max rate. You are not quite producing at max rate. Oh, because you can't handle this. But you are still producing a lot of tritium. In fact, I already have 170 excess buckets. Also, we're going to need to pull energy out of this reactor, so I have an extra reactor port just for that. And because we're powered by conduits throughout my entire base, and I don't plan on changing that anytime soon, basically, I wanted to hook up a bunch of ultimate universal cable, because I believe these things can have their entire input buffer poured into them per tick. So with the, like 20 ultimate cables I've placed down right here, I can, you know, handle about 2.33 million RF per tick just being input into here, which is more power than we'll ever need. And then I've connected up a ton of conduits just to that, and those will all extract 32,000 RF per tick each. So perfect. It's a little messy, but that's just kind of how reactors are. Late game Mekanism is very, very messy. And I think with that, we're ready to go. I have 813 million RF in here. I should just be able to flip this flitch and dump all of the energy into this guy. And is it running? It did use it. It has an injection rate of 0. Can I change that? Why can I not change that? Ooh, we're producing things. Ooh, I'm producing energy. Oh, I'm producing 200 KRF per tick. Okay. Heat is going down. Casing is going down. No fuel is like being used, it seems like. 2? I'm not sure how this works. So we're air cooled. Ignition temperature, passive generation. Alright, I definitely messed something up. I'm pretty sure you have to set the injection rate before you actually go ahead and start the reactor, or it doesn't actually power up. That kind of makes some sense, right? So our minimum injection rate for air-cooled, because we're doing an air-cooled reactor, is 2. If we wanted to do water-cooled, we could make a lot more RF from the steam production, but I see no reason to do that at this point, because this will produce like a million RF per tick just on its own air-cooled. So we'll do 2 to start off with. I need to wait like 10-15 minutes to get up to 400 million RF in there, and we can start this reactor. In the meantime, I've decided it's probably not the worst idea to begin to upgrade these void ore miners a little bit more. So I am going to disassemble them. Can I just... Ooh, I can just change it. I didn't know that. Interesting. I'm going to tear these things down, and we are going to make some new stuff. Okay, a bunch of crafting later, and now we have Void Ore Miner Tier 3. I also added some speed modifiers in there because we have collected some Lon's Delight crystals. However, they're consuming approximately 40,000 RF per tick, so for the time being, I am going to turn these bad boys off because we have almost collected enough power to fire the laser once again. It's actually taking longer than I thought it would, but that's perfectly fine. And I believe we are done. 411 million RF. I've just been making some crafting recipes and stuff because I literally am living off of these 16k crafting storages, just these 2 of them. I've been doing that since the beginning of the pack, so I should probably also... No, we're actually fine on storage. I guess I'm storing a bunch of my bulk stuff in drawers right now. So I'm making 4 64Ks because I can't quite afford any more than that because we've been using so many resources this episode. But I should make sure this guy is in here. We have an injection rate set to, and then I should just be able to blast it, I think. Ooh, we got a thing. I believe that means the reactor is running. Perfect. So we go into here and we see we are producing 150 KR per tick right now, and it's going up, which means it's working, I think. Yes, it is most definitely working, and I basically have figured out that our maximum injection rate is about 4 millibuckets per tick. At the moment, I can make it higher. But for now, I am going to keep it at 4. We're producing about 400,000 RF from this thing. We are backlogging the machine, so we're not even using anywhere close to that. I'm also producing like another 80-ish thousand RF from that thing still. But I don't think I can run it at full uptime technically because I don't have quite the capability of maxing out the machine. It's like 80% maxed. So yeah, we're like 460,000 RF per tick for the entire base right now, which might just be enough for almost the rest of the pack. I'll probably upgrade the injection rate for that thing eventually if we ever need more, but yeah, I'm really hoping we can make it through the night because during that day I produced about 55, wait, what is it? Is it 5,000 buckets I produced, I think? I think I produced like 5,000 buckets, or 500 buckets during the day there. Yeah, I produced about 500 buckets during the day there at 4 millibuckets per tick. Let me do some math, actually. Oh, yeah, we are huge chilling, even when I slow down because of the brine production over here. I'm going to be perfectly fine. I use about 50,000 millibuckets in a night, and we produced about 500,000 millibuckets during the day. I don't know why these graphite electrodes don't show up when I don't look at it. Anyways, we are getting new ores in here. They are being sent into there. I finally have a little bit of palladium. So next episode, I think I'm going to set up a void resource miner so we can get some mica, and then we can get some luck modifiers on this thing, which will help immensely with the amount of resources we're getting from this thing. And then I will set up some ore processing. I already made the pulverizers, and I think the redstone furnaces will also need to be made. I'll make 8 of these. Looks like I have to do a little bit of processing first. That's fine. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe leave a like or something. Hopefully, I will get 2 of these Multiblock Madness videos out this week. We will see. I will record the second episode right now. So, yeah, take care. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.